What's up, guys? Brian back to talk about The Walking Dead and do a character spotlight on Glenn Rhee. He's the man, he's the runner, he's Walker bait, he's a big part of the group, he's part of the Atlanta Five, and he's an awesome character. But the images used in this video are property of AMC and other companies. We do not claim ownership of the images used in this video. We're using them under the Copyright Act for fair use with our commentary and criticism. So let's talk about Glenn Rhee in the comic. Now, he is very big in the comic. He's a male, black hair, age 22, age 24 in issue 100, occupation, pizza delivery boy pre-apocalypse, supply runner, post-apocalypse for the group on there. And if you know the comics, they did a pretty good job with the casting on the show. He's got his iconic hat that he wears for a lot of the comic, not really too much on the show. There he is with Heath. He does have a bond with Heath in there too with supply runners, as they're both runners. And then he does go bald on the comic, though. He does look a little different. He's not the same looking Glenn Rhee we know on the show, but that is Glenn. First appearance, issue 2. Last appearance, issue 101 as a corpse. Death issue, issue 100. He dies in a non-canon bonus ending issue in number 75. Cause of death on the main show was head bashed in by Lucille and Negan, and he was killed by zombies in the non-canon. But we'll talk about his death coming up. There he is with Rick Grimes. There he is, kind of pretty iconic from the show as well. There's his last time we saw him in the comic, head bashed in, pretty terrible, but he has the iconic death, and he'll always be, connected with that. Family, Maggie Greene, former wife, Sophia, adopted daughter, Herschel Greene is his son, and look at all the Greene family there too, by in-laws, Herschel and everyone else there too. But the big difference in the comic is Sophia was adopted daughter. There's him and Maggie kissing there, being, just husband and wife, and kind of did the same thing on the show as well. There he is, Baldo Glenn with Maggie, a little crazier on the comic there too. They can get away with a little more stuff on the comic than the show. Status, as of right now, he is dead. Series lifespan, issue number 2 to 100, the iconic Negan issue 100, 101, he was a corpse, and it's terrible. But he has the iconic death, so we cannot talk about that. I know there's more to Glenn, but the iconic death is right here. The eeny, meeny, miny, mo, he was picked, brought him forward, got his head bashed in, and he's always going to be connected with that too. He's a runner, he's this, he's linked to Maggie, he's linked to that, but he's more than anything linked to the Negan death. Taking it like a champ. Just a terrible, gruesome death, and it's just horrible to say, but I like Glenn. I don't know if they're going to replicate it exactly like on the show, but spoilers there that they might. So we'll see how they do it on the show as well. But there he is, Negan just going to town. His eye pops out and everything, and it's just brutal. It's just a brutal way to go out, and it causes conflict later on there too. And his death does cause a lot of conflict on the comic and the later issues on there too. So let's talk about the TV show Glenn Rhee. It's actor Steven Yeun. He's a male, black hair, age 20s, occupation, pizza delivery boy, Atlanta group supply runner, post-apocalypse, former prison council member, and now Alexandria safe zone supply runner. So he's basically a runner, everything there too. So, we know him from the show. Steven Yeun does a great job. Pizza boy, Korean, he's come a long way. His arc has been pretty good on the show as well too. He was kind of just a runner. Look how young he is there too, compared to how he was in season 6 and going into season 7. Pizza boy, Glenn, Korean, Chinaman, like Daryl called him, and he's Korean. Family, Maggie Greene. No sisters, all the in-laws. Unborn child as of right now on the show. So we'll see if they do have the baby, if it's going to be Herschel, if it's going to be baby Glenn. Are they going to keep it a boy, girl? Does the baby survive? But we'll see. Hopefully it does. It'll be a nice touch to have the baby in his name there too. Very iconic season 2 when he met Maggie. They fell in love, did all that. Walker bait. And, just Maggie and Glenn are synonymous together. It'd be great if Glenn somehow survived. They had the baby, they move on, and the hilltop, Alexandria, whatever they do. His first appearance, his voice only was in the first episode, and he said, "Hey, dumbass, you cozy in there?" And then in the second episode of season 1, Guts, status right now is unknown. Series lifespan, days gone by to present. He's alive. ethnicity Korean American. I love his face right here in this picture. It's very iconic on there too when they put the Walker guts on for the first time, and it's just so crazy how young he is there too. But Glenn Rhee is the main character and survivor of the outbreak in AMC's The Walking Dead. He is the main supply runner for the Atlanta camp group, part of the Atlanta 5, and he saves Rick Grimes from the Walker-infested Atlanta, bringing him back to camp to reunite with him and his family. So he's very important guy. Eventually, after the group stays on the Greene farm, Glenn forms a long-lasting relationship with Herschel Greene's daughter, Maggie, and marries her. I love Walker is my favorite Walker. He's connected with that as he goes in there, too, and I just love how Maggie says, Walker bait, but he is smarter than he is. He was a big asset to the group, and he did show that too. As the time went on, he did become a big part of the group. At the West Georgia Correctional Facility, the prison, which his group establishes as its base for the 3rd and 4th seasons, he became a reliable council member, but falls ill to sickness that prevents him from doing his duty. After the prison assault that leaves the prison destroyed and many dead, Glenn escapes from the wreckage. While searching for his wife, he meets Abraham Ford and moves on to the group and Alexandria and everything there too. So he is linked with Abraham and everything. They go on together at the prison. Nicholas being a freaking dumbass on there too. He almost killed him on there as well with that teaser where, the fake out death, but Glenn survived that too. And he's got more close calls than anybody. He's the guy that has a million lives, not 9 lives, he's got a million lives. And even here when you think he's going to die and No Way Out on there too, Abraham and Sasha save him on there too. But Glenn is not just a supply runner too, he is a survivor, part of the Atlanta 5. And if they do it on the show where he doesn't make it out there, it's going to be sad because he will be missed. But Steven Yeun, however you say it, born December 21st, 1983 in Seoul, Korea. He is 5'9". He's a Korean-born American actor. He's best known for playing Glenn Rhee on AMC's horror drama series The Walking Dead. He's also appeared in short films and voiceovers. He lives in Los Angeles, and he went to Kalamazoo in Michigan. There he is at Comic-Con. He's a couple little fun facts. He speaks a good amount of Korean. He received a bachelor's degree in psychology from Kalamazoo College in 2005. He's interested in acting, improv, so he was an improv guy. He was born in Korea, but he moved to the United States and Michigan, and there too. And he grew up in Troy, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. He's a big Detroit fan, Pistons, Red Wings, all that stuff. Like he said, he survived so many times. He's had so many escapes of death and chances to die. But do you think he's going to make it out? Because he's been filming a lot of different things, not so much The Walking Dead, and hasn't really been seen a couple of times on there too. So maybe they're hiding, maybe they're not. He's filming Okja, a couple other movies on there too. So The Walking Dead is making his career better than anything, and he's doing a great job for that too. Do you think they stick with the comic books? What do you think, guys? Post your comments below. Let us know. Or does he survive and him and Maggie and the baby move on? So like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys are awesome. And let us know what you think.